I'm gonna get straight to it, man. Shout out to my underdog immortals. Shout out to my prisoners of war. Shout out to all enlightened beings, individuals, entities, and whatever you label yourself as an enlightened, you know, existing. Um, Shout out to all the agreeable beings out there. See what I've learned about this whole polarity thing and repetitiveness. That is what this life is. Just like we sleep, we wake up, we go to sleep, we either work. Every day we do the same thing. Even the knowledge is repetitive. It's somewhat the same thing, but it always expands because I believe that knowledge is infinite. Now, me as a heavily watched individual, there are a lot of us. Some of them are called truth speakers or truth tellers or messengers, etc. You got so many different titles, you know, star seeds, and I feel like it's one of the same. When you look up in the sky, those are celestial bodies. You know what I mean? Entities. If you've been watching my content, I appreciate it. But pay attention to the short feeds because there are a lot of things in 4K. You know, it's a little creepy to know that there are entities always watching you, especially the disagreeable ones. I've been on this journey for a long time. And what I understand is that there are good and evil entities. And we do wrestle not against flesh or blood. You know, a lot of this stuff is what they call spiritual or, you know, however you want to label it. But a lot of people, only certain people, the ones that are stuck into this matrix and like to be a part of everything, those are the ones that tend to only see the things that they can see with the physical eye, or things they're sheeple, you know, they believe everything that's broadcasted, you know, on the television, etc. When you are going against certain things just by being who you are, you don't have to do much, but you're ruffling feathers. And like I said, with the short feeds, you got to understand that we all are being watched by the watchers, etc., and different entities that's always among us. There's all kind of different beings among us, visible and invisible, at least to the eye and the dimension that the vibration that we're on in this prison that they call Earth/school/laboratory. Because we got to understand a lot of these things are experiments. We have been experiments. They're not putting these things in the movies for nothing, calling people mutants and having certain abilities. Many are called, but few are chosen. That is true, but there are many are called, so that we all, and a lot of people, serves a purpose. Even when you think you don't serve a purpose, you're still serving a purpose by not having a purpose. Because your purpose is to be exactly what you are, an extra in this movie that we call life. Video game, Matrix. You know, a lot of this exists in the head and what they call the brain. And a lot of us and certain people that are vibrating on certain levels, we tend to see things for what they really are, not for what the world wants certain things to be. That's why I don't pay attention to a lot of the celebrity talk. Even though eventually I might, depending on how I feel in the energy, put out different other content speaking about that in certain situations in story time or whatever. But I want people to truly gravitate towards this content and genuinely like what, you know, I have to offer. But I am gonna break certain things down because I do understand too. Like with the short feeds, I'm kind of all over the place. Far as like you never kind of know what I'm gonna do. You kind of know, but you don't. Far as like with the pictures, the sky pictures, and this, I'm just showing you. It's art and everything, and if you pay attention, you can see what a lot of people don't see. But a lot of people don't pay attention to the smallest details of things. You know, it took me a long time to really realize that people knew who I was before I even knew who I am. And that's the same thing for anyone that's on a certain vibration, on a certain uh, spiritual warfare or spiritual um, soldier. And I use the word spiritual because that's the closest thing that I guess I can describe, that's deeper than what you call the flesh. That's why I say and believe that we came here as a test. Um, but the thing is, you do have to be careful of what you entertain. I found myself reading a lot of different books and trying to understand in different type of people, and I realized like that could be um, confusing, confusion, confusion. Excuse me. But what I understand is too that I have a soul, and you just have to follow those intuitions. And I've stumbled across certain books in the past and certain things, and I think just like a piece of the puzzle, you got to go with what makes sense. And what makes sense to me, the movie The Matrix, all these Marvel movies and all these different things, the Thors and all of this stuff is telling you in a nutshell that certain entities, if not all of us, fell down here. Whether we chose to come here, like they say, we chose our bodies, etc. It is so deep. That's for a whole nother conversation. But for the gang stalkers, this is definitely a special message to you. You are being watched as well as you're trying to watch. Every move that you're making is already seen before you even make it. So I'm warning you to stay your distance if you think about any ill will or any harm, because I'm not talking about anything physical, about doing anything, but you do not and will not try to stop something that ain't meant to be stopped, or trying to harm, or trying to interfere with certain things, because that's what's going on. A lot of these entities that's going against certain ones are weak. That's why they have to call on the higher ones. So I'm in this video soon, but this is for anybody that this video resonates with. If you're going through a lot of things and feeling like you've been heavily watched all the time, and you feel certain things and you feel like you have psychic abilities and certain things, you more than likely are a part of those ones. They watch this, they watch you, but they are also being watched. So be careful of the moves they make, and also we have to make sure and be careful of the moves we make and the company we keep. They didn't make the movies with Denzel Washington, all these type of different people, how these different spirits and stuff jump into bodies. Shape shifting is real. Just like the other day, I like to walk sometimes and just, ponder in my brain and my thoughts, man. This bird, actually it was a little while ago, but this bird was like following me everywhere I went, it seemed. Literally. And I knew it was the same bird because it would make a certain noise. It'll just like stop. Because I even recorded it. Again, a lot of things are in the short feeds. Check out the lives, the videos, support the content, if you like what you hear and see. But yeah, and I'm like, either I'm going crazy or this bird is following me. or certain animals, I don't want to get too deep, but I'll leave it, for another video. But, I truly believe in shape shifting. Like you are being watched beyond what you know. We are not alone. We never been alone. Man just tainted a lot of things and hid a lot of things to take advantage of the world. There are earth angels, earth demons. I believe we possess both. But I'm more darkness than the light because the darkness was first. And if I'm not mistaken, the darkness is some form of the light. But I'm not going to get too deep right now. If you like what you hear, support the content. There's many ways you can like, comment, just do that. You don't have to, send anything or whatever. But, if you want to, that link is in description. But, yeah, I'm out. Always believe in yourself and understand. We are not alone. We've never been alone. They didn't make these movies for nothing. But also beware of the psyops and the fake alien invasions and all that. But I think I spoke on that before. But, that's for a whole nother video too. But don't get caught up in the illusion. 111's the God I owns. 1-3. I'm out.